Welcome to the website, whatsupgf.com. I'm Greg Anderson, and this is the preview show number 3 for the GFI Invitational Baseball Tournament. I'm joined by Gerry Foster. How you doing, Gerry?
Fine, thank you, Greg.
Awesome. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking about the GFI and all the teams that are coming this year. We're going to continue that for a little bit, but I just wanted to take just a little bit, Gerry, and just maybe somebody's watching this and they're not familiar with the GFI. Why don't you just give them a little quick rundown?
Well, Greg, it's, one of these days someone's got to write a book on this event and this tournament, and because it would be, I think, awesome reading if we had a good author doing it, because it goes back to the mid-'70s. And it had humble beginnings. I think that would be the phrase you'd use. Certainly Larry Semenoff, I admire him for the dream and fulfilling that dream. I mean, I frankly, when I moved to the area in the mid-'80s, I could not believe that there was a baseball tournament of this caliber in Canada. In this hockey nation, here was this outstanding baseball tournament. And then, of course, when the offshore teams in the 1980s,
88, Japan.
88, that's right, Japan, and then Taiwan followed.
First year this stadium we're sitting in now existed.
That's right, it was. And what a way to break in a new stadium. And so Japan, and that excited the baseball fans, not only in the area, but so many visitors coming in. So, and then there have been so many marvelous moments, you get teams that come for the first time, and there's been the odd team that's come and won it the first time. And I mean, for sure, Japan, we know, but there have been other teams, that Rangers team
LA
from Los
Rangers,
Angeles, who'd forget them. And
they never came back.
Never came back.
They won it,
they won
did
it, they done. And so, and then you've got the college teams that have, we talked last week, I think, about LC State, but when the College of Idaho, they were Albertson then, but the Coyotes, they came as the Caldwell Coyotes in 2001, the first tournament I coordinated it, and this upstart college team was losing 3-0, and it was still 7 innings then, bottom of the 7th, they're playing Taiwan. They couldn't touch the Taiwanese pitcher. He was lights out. But they loaded the bases. Couldn't believe it. A guy hits a walk-off grand slam. It was a huge crowd that night. They fell in love with this team from Caldwell.
Sitting right up there in Section E.
And so did I. I thought, and they went all the way to the final.
Oh, it was great.
But for running out of pitching, they would have perhaps won.
And that's, not to digress, if you're coming to this tournament, you got to have pitching. And let's talk about some of the teams that are coming up. Maybe they have the pitching. We'll have to see. So we're going to start off with a team, the Thurston County Senators, who are actually playing the tournament opener on August 31st on Wednesday.
Right. Now they've been here, I believe, a couple of times, and the Puget Sound Collegiate League in the summer has several teams, and the Thurston County Senators really are their tournament team. So whether you want to call it an all-star team, but the commissioner of that league is Scott Kelly, and I believe he's the one that manages, coaches, puts this team together. He's also I think he's would be going into his second year as the pitching coach at St. Martin's University. He's considered one of the top pitching coaches actually in the Northwest. Wow. He was back in the Missouri or somewhere as a pitching coach after college, and he's come back kind of to his home state. And he's a good baseball person. I watched them last year, and when I did, I was impressed with their fundamentals. I thought they were just so sound, and it was exciting watching that Thurston County team. I look forward to seeing them again.
And it's funny you should mention fundamentals. There's so many of the international teams that come here that went on to do well. The reason their fundamentals were impeccable, and a lot of teams that we get that come here, not so much. And they come up against these teams that are solid, and they can't quite match up.
Yeah, I agree. And you get a little sloppy in the field, and it'll result in opening the door to a good team, and they'll score a bushel of runs in a hurry.
Exactly. So the next team on the slate, these guys are actually rounding out Division II for the GFI, Kamloops Sun Devils.
Now, the Kamloops Sun Devils will have several players from the Thompson Rivers University team.
Okay.
And the Wolf Pack, they're called, and they play in the Canadian College Conference. And their coach, Ray Chadwick, of course, is from Durham, North Carolina.
They play a little baseball in North
They play a little
Carolina.
baseball in North Carolina. He made it to the big show, and he's an excellent coach. Now, Kamloops this year has a player that is actually from Australia. This is the first time that the Thompson Rivers University will have a player from Australia.
Ooh,
And what is almost bizarre, and I think it's a great story, this player is from Geelong. As a matter of fact, this player played for the Geelong Bay Cats. And if they're not in the same pool, in the same division,
that's
but
gonna
if
lead to a matchup
if
later
they
on,
both make the money round, he'll be playing against his former teammates. And I thought, wow, isn't that a story? And so that's kind of exciting. To know that could happen.
So moving on, we talked about a few of the storied teams here at the GFI. We talked about the Lewiston Truckers. We talked about the San Diego. No, we didn't talk about San Diego. We talked about the
Seattle
Seattle
Studs,
Studs.
yes.
And I just played my hand. That brings us to the San Diego Stars, who've been coming here since I believe the early 90s.
You're right, and they've took them a while to win the tournament, but they did win. But they've been in the final at least 2 times where they've been come second, and 3. I think they've third 3 times. So they've got a great record at the GFI. Mickey Deutschman knows how to coach. He knows how to manage a group of athletes, and he knows the kind of players that he needs to be successful here in Grand Forks. So that experience is there, and we look forward to another exciting team. He usually pulls a few surprises, Mickey, as we all know.
And he's also, he's also one of those teams that come here and really they blend into the community very well. He's one of those guys who loves Grand Forks, and you always see somebody walking around with a San Diego Stars shirt.
That's right. You're so right, Gregg. And he just becomes part of the fabric when his team is here, and he enjoys coming. You're correct to say that.
So we talked a lot about, obviously, baseball here at the GFI, but baseball is a very unique sport in that it has an atmosphere that I don't think any other sport can provide. You're outside. It's relaxed at times. Obviously, it can be very heated. But what can we expect of the GFI in terms of ambiance, to use a big word?
Well, you're right. Baseball is unique, and both of us could go on with that for a few minutes. But certainly the atmosphere is second to none. And you get the sunshine in the daytime and under the lights at night, and they're distinct. You want to be here in the day and here at night because the atmosphere is different. But we've got bingo going again. Every game, free bingo, good prizes. So people have fun doing that. Great 50-50 draws. We'll have kids run the bases, and we want to remind kids, get into Farmers Haven, sign up for Run the Bases and Baseball Buddies, a great program we started a few years ago. Very exciting for kids to be part of the tournament in that respect.
And the best place to find all of this out is
GrandForksBaseball.com.
Excellent.
That's the place.
And if you don't remember that, we'll have a link on our website that you're watching this on right now, whatsupgf.com. All the links are there. We're also going to have the schedule. It all starts up on Wednesday, August 31st. It's going to run till Monday, September 5th. That's when the final games are on. It's so much baseball. It's so much fun. And we've got 3 more teams to talk about next week, and I'm very excited to talk about those teams.
Look forward to this.
And we'll see you then. For Gerry, I'm Gregg. We'll see you then, everybody.
Baseball players.
7 innings. It was
Yeah.
insane.